Hello and greetings from Iceland. We are most likely about to witness a new eruption and we won't have to wait for weeks or months like we expected yesterday. This is a matter of days or even hours. Reykjavik has been shaking since this morning, around 2,000 earthquakes so far. Over 40 of them are larger than magnitude 3, and this is a way more aggressive magma intrusion than we had in 2021 and 2022, which is actually no surprise since the land uplift now is way more widespread. And in fact, it's a large part of the peninsula that has been on the rise. So it is obvious that experts are expecting a larger event this time. It is obviously way more pressure down there, and the seismometers are saying that this is getting closer by the hour. So I'm leaving a link to a 3D model that you can use to see how the column of magma is rising. And those two minor eruptions that we have got there so far, they were possibly just a precursor to what is to come. But one of our experts said so this morning. And the eruptions of this kind that we get on a peninsula, they form those volcanic shields from a magma source deep down, and such eruptions, they can go on for years and leave us with a completely different landscape. So things are getting very hot, and as soon as I finish this upload, I will be packing and I will be driving south to Reykjavik tonight or early tomorrow morning. And I'm taking my computer with me so I can do some work from a friend's house in the city. And those of you who pitched in to help me to get the thermal drone a while ago, it is time to show you what it can do. It's the moment of truth. Can it detect a magma intrusion, like before the eruption starts, perhaps through heat coming up from the fractures around? And there is only one way to find out. So if this eruption won't start while I'm on my way to Reykjavik, or while I'm uploading this, I will do such thermal scans at least 2-3 times a day from now, as long as the area won't be closed and not too dangerous to be there, or to see if I can detect any changes. So this might also be a challenge for the drone range, since I'm for sure not going to be too close to Mount Keilir, or above this magma dike that we know it's down there. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider to do so, because I'm about to embark on a journey to explore Iceland like it's never been done before. And in addition to the thermal footage, I will provide you with photographs and regular videos and whatever information you need to have, and do my best to answer some of the questions that might pop up, like from tourists. Questions like, should I cancel my trip to Iceland, or should I hurry up and book a ticket for the show? And if you are already a tourist here, what to expect? Like, we can expect that the earthquakes will go on until the eruption starts, but Icelandic houses are strong, so I would not worry too much about that. The eruptions on the Reykjanes Peninsula, they are not explosive, nor do they come with ash production, unless it's submarine eruptions, but we are not expecting that now, so we don't expect any problems when it comes to flights. It will be business like usual, just like during those two previous eruptions on the peninsula. I was reading an article today about the tourists going up to Mount Faradalsfjall to see the lava from the other eruptions, and it's not a good idea. To make things simple, we don't know where the ground will open up. We don't know how long this fissure will be. This will most likely turn out to be a row of craters like last time. Craters that might merge into one by time. But the thing is that we don't know where or when. So it's a bad timing to be hiking around an area that might look completely different tomorrow. So be careful. The risky area now seems to be between the mountain Keilir and Mount Faradalsfjall. It's the same dike at work now, the dike that fed the other two eruptions, but it seems to be expanding to the northeast, and the earthquakes are spreading out and getting larger there. So it's this place by Mount Keilir that looks suspicious now, and also this ridge a bit to the east from Keilir. And if the eruption will take place around there, there is one drastic change that I will need to mention. the lava from that eruption would be flowing to the north, or by the mountain Keilir, over some older lava fields on the way down to the highway between Keflavík International Airport and Reykjavík, or Iceland's busiest highway. And just today I was noticing this very creative engineering talking about a bridge on the highway above the lava river to keep that road open. But I think that it's a bit too creative idea for the Icelandic Road Administration. So we can expect that we will have to say goodbye to this road for a while. The lava will flow over it, end up in the sea by the north coast of the Reykjanes Peninsula, or somewhere around here. There is some infrastructure there, power lines, there's a fish farm by the coast, but it's a bit too early to take those speculations further today. But notice this slope. When the drone is facing the west from Reykjavík toward the Keflavík Airport, and this slope is a sealed volcano called the Þráinsskjöldur. The lava field is called Þráinsskjaldarhraun, and the crater that is responsible for this huge amount of lava there is just by the place where the magma dike is now. So I did ask in 2021, and I'm asking it again, are we in fact just seeing Mother Earth continue the work to build up this sealed volcano that is still not fully shaped? And if the airport road would close, there are other roads to use, not built for that kind of traffic, but good enough to use for a while. And we have to get prepared for something bigger now. The land uplift this time was not limited to Mount Fagradalsfjall. This time it's a large area that seems to be on the move. Way more magma, except for the westernmost part of the peninsula that seems to be subsiding, or all the way to the Blue Lagoon. So as often before, it's a whole lot of information that is still needed for the full story. So I'm not digging deeper at this moment. So it's time to talk a bit about my channel, my plans, and I will be changing my approach a bit, using more of the topographic view that explains why the Reykjanes Peninsula is so fascinating. You can see how the plate boundaries are popping out. And this thing about the volcanoes and earthquakes there is, of course, all about the plate boundaries. How broken, burnt and weird this land is, and often filled with this mysterious but spectacular beauty. So I will be navigating from this basic map into high-res maps. Like here we have a sample of how the lava fields from 2021 and 22 look like. So when it comes to calculate where the lava will go, I will have lots of helpful tools around me. So now it's time to tell you about the latest investment I made for the channel. It will be here in a few days, or a 360 camera, and there are several things that it can do for my work. And let's start with the weird things. And I would like to know how they look like from a 360 camera, hanging on a wire with lamps down to the plate boundaries between the Eurasian and the North American plate. This will need some work. And shooting in 360 mode means that my viewers can rotate the camera angle while the camera is down there. So the biggest technical problem is to find small enough but good enough LED lamps to be a part of this bundle that I will send down. But this isn't, however, a must for the channel. This is more of a playing around, and this new camera will also serve as a sports camera since my old one is not that good. And finally, there are times when I might need to do videos from where I'm standing, like when I'm covering volcanic eruptions. So I might move some work from studio setup and do it from where I'm standing. So this new camera will solve many problems, add new things to my channel, and it will be here soon. I just didn't think that this eruption would come so soon, else it would be here already. And then I have the second camera on hold. It's a bit too much for my budget now, but it's a super zoom camera, and I was thinking about the volcano Katla when I placed it on my wish list that I'm linking to in the video description, and it's also usable for other highland volcanoes that might be erupting soon. And in fact, it is one of the few cameras that can be usable for certain things. So if you want to support my work, this is the best way to do it now. since I'm dropping everything else to do this task now, and this YouTube business alone is not the best business model in the world. And there is only a long-term reason why I'm justifying to invest all this time in it. But I believe in it, and that's good enough for me. So let's end this today with some webcam talk. I was just checking today, and I found one active webcam pointing at Mount Keilir. It's actually located in Reykjavík. It has some zoom and excellent angle to see when the eruption starts. And notice that I'm saying when and not if. And I'm sure that there will be more cameras available online as time moves on, just like last year and the year before. And if you find some online cameras that I didn't link to, please let me know, so I can have all this information in the video description in all my videos to come about this eruption. And I have to admit that last year I wanted to have my own webcam that I could aim at this eruption to drive some extra traffic to my channel, but it's a bit tricky since I need a separate power source that limits my selection. But I want to keep it open, however, if I will stay in Reykjavík for a while. And since things are so hectic now, I'm quite sure that when I'm done editing in a few hours, there will be something new. So check the video description. And my next volcano report will most likely be tomorrow evening. And if everything turns out fine, I will show you some thermal images from around Keilir. So I'm looking forward to do this volcano adventure number 3 on my channel. And with that, I'm sending you best regards from the volcano island, Iceland.